Here we go. Keplinger, Jesper, match one. Fiore takes on the winner. He's only 20 years old. TV debut today. There's Tackett, red hot. Looking for a three-peat for Player of the Year. Off to an amazing start. Just won at Springfield a few weeks back. Then AA Andrew Henderson awaits all contestants at the top of the bracket, the number 1 seed. First match from Reno to kick off the Mike Aulby Classic. He gets us going. Next up. Here's Keplinger. 23 years old, been on TV before. Career national champion, All-American at Wichita State. Now engaged to Hope Bramley for PBA Rookie of the Year on the women's side. Outstanding bowler herself.
Yeah,
6-7.
Sorry, Dave. Both players starting with urethane. That one checks a little early for Alec. Goes right to the face. He pays for it with 4-6-7. I think something to note and let the viewing audience know that the qualifying was actually done at another center, Coconut Bowl at Wild Island. So all the qualifying, the 30 games were bowled over there, and then the finals moved to the stadium.
Early test here for Alec. 6-pin up, open frame to begin his match here. Ready the pros on tonight's show, Bowl a Perfect Game. Everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling courtesy of Go Bowling. To pre-register, visit GoBowling.com and sign up for the Go Bowling Free America promotion. So the youngster responds to the open frame. Second-year pro. Runner-up for the PBA Rookie of the Year a season ago.
Keplinger starting with black hammer urethane.
Left line for Alec. Top right right pin.
Great ball roll, a lot of power. And you can see just how dull that surface is on that urethane bowling ball. Typically, that's what we see the players do. They sandblast those urethane balls to get them to read the lane a little bit earlier, and a lot of things can happen. A lot of transition with the oil pattern with those urethane bowling balls.
Right on. Single pin spare conversion there for Alec. Takes care of business. Sandra Joe, of course, legend. PBA Class of 2024 Hall of Famer. Quite a ball family.
There's Jesper's Arsenal going with IQ Tour 78U. You can see just how little those urethane balls hook compared to the reactive resin and the strength of those bowling balls.
Mike Aulby watching right behind. Here's Jesper. Nice.
The Iceman, as he stalks the foul line. That follow through going over the right shoulder, great balance, and then the tremendous power. Already Hall of Fame credentials with 12 titles, 1 major. So fun to watch when he gets it going.
Strike after strike percentage. And his rank. Jesper. All right. Losing. He told us pre-match, Randy wanted to put a lot of pressure on Alec early. He's doing just that.
Well, that's what you do to players with not a lot of television experience. You get on them early and you stay on them. keep your foot on the accelerator. That's exactly what Jesper has done through 3.
Springfield, a chance to go home to Sweden. So his little girl, Mira. She's 2.5. Reset with the family. As he talked about with Kimberly. He's focused now. Back to Alec. Okay.
Nice break there, tripping the 4. We talked about the surface on these urethane bowling balls, anywhere from 500 to 1,000 grit. As using an example, reactive resin balls typically are 2,000 and up. So you can see just how much more surface is on these urethane bowling balls just by looking at how dull they are. That dullness is always a dead giveaway as to how much surface is on the ball.
Good stuff, Randy. Keep an eye on that. 4th at the Cheetah Championship last year, World Series of Bowling in Allen Park, outside Detroit. Did win a match against B.J. Moore, then lost to the eventual champion.
Yeah, that was a beauty.
Much better.
Yeah, you can see how that one checked up nicely when it got about 30 feet down the lane at that 4th board. You can see there with our strike track those numbers, and that one just read perfectly. Watch this. About 6-7 board at the arrows, out to 4, and then perfect in the 1-3.
Double for Keplinger after the tough start. Jesper looks for the front 4. Right leg. Power. Oh, just a 7-10, just a 10 stance. That would have been a very difficult break there for the lefty.
Don't you dare.
No.
Watch this pin action. Here comes the head pin. It's the only thing that saved him from a open frame here in the 4th. Taking out the 7, just leaving the 10.
7th rate so far. Cross lane for the 10 pin. Got that, no problem. Let's take a look at tonight's order pattern. The Mike Aulby, aptly named 39-footer.
Yeah, named after one of the greatest of all time, the lefty Mike Aulby, who pretty much owned the stadium. And that blue line is where I think the players will end up later in the telecast. But right now, as you can see, they're playing farther towards the outside part of the lane with urethane, and then when that goes away, the players will go to reactive resin, move in, and start to create more shape.
Mike is watching. 7 titles in the state of Nevada, including 1995, 1998 ABC Masters majors in this building. Jesper. Oh. Action there, but the 8-pin stands.
What pin?
Darn.
Just say that. Just say that.
Sorry.
That stupid pin right there.
Bring it up.
Well, he could easily have the front 5, but a 10 pin and then this 8 pin where the ball goes right by it. Should be an easy conversion for Jesper Svensson. A buddy of mine just sent me a text. Did you ever throw a messenger in the 80s like Jesper does now? The answer to that is emphatically
They purchased one Rookie of the Year a year ago, so runner-up for Alec, a tremendous college career as we talked about at Wichita State. 2023 grad, 3 All-American honors. Led the Shockers to 2 ITC championships and a runner-up in his 4-year career. Awesome bowling family. Great young bowler trying to get going on TV against Jesper here.
Yeah, don't look now, but Alec can actually take the lead with another strike in the 6th as we take a look at his footwork. In between 1st and 2nd arrow on that right lane. And there's a rack shredder. See, now that looked a little bit more like kind of the way my ball used to shred the rack. There wasn't a whole lot of motion or movement by the pins. A little bit slower. Son of How about the Hall of Famer, Sandra Jo Shirey?
Legend for a mom. Going out looking for a lead. Got a lead. Keplinger's up by 1 pin here through 6 for Alec. Svensson had the great start. Alec's coming on strong here. Timeout from Reno. Underway. Mike Aulby Classic. It's the PBA on FS1. Always great to be back at the stadium. Here in Reno, Nevada. 1-3 for Jesper, then 9 spare, 9 spare. 4-bagger for the kid, Alec Keplinger. Now taking the lead. Halfway home in match 1. Step ladder bowling underway. Here on FS1 today. Dave, Randy, our entire crew. Kimberly on board, of course, as always.
Whoa.
367.
The dreaded bad break out of commercial. This one's wide of target, and he pays for it. 3-6-7 left up for Jesper.
Seven, top cover. Jesper comes through. A huge cover on the split.
Jesper.
It's the clean wipe presented by Dude Wipes. Randy, this is impressive.
Well, this is how you draw it up. Cut that 3 over into the 7. The ball takes out the 6. Perfectly executed by Jesper to remain within 4 of the red-hot Keplinger, who's on a 4-bagger.
A huge sigh of relief for the 12-time titleist. Such a cool experience to be over in Sweden. Awesome. 5 Swedish bowlers on that show, eventually won by Jesper. Top of the broadcast, we saw his emotion when he won there. Be able to have a victory in the PBA Tour title on Swedish soil meant so much for Jesper. Try to win here today in Reno. 6 pins.
Well, his first win stateside came here in Reno in 2015. He also won the Kingdom of Bahrain Open. So Jesper has done quite well over the years here in the state of Nevada as this ball drifts just a pinch high, leaving the 6. So after 3 consecutive strikes to start match number 1, Svensson is now looking for his 4th spare in a row.
Timeout here. Got a reset on the machine. Coming up on 6-pin spare for Jesper. Playout points, top 12 qualify. Of course, CJ on top. There's one already at the U.S. Open and in Springfield at the Pete. Anderson right there, top seed U.S. Open, top seed here today in Reno. All right, pins reset, 6-pin.
Now can young Alec Keplinger stay high? Only his 2nd career telecast. Only 2 years as a professional.
We're up ISC Singles Championship in 2021. Winner Thunder Park. Thunder Bowl lanes in Allen Park, Michigan, outside Detroit. Brilliant junior collegiate career. Wow. Bring that to the pros. Great shot.
Yeah, that was a good one. And he stays red hot. Big guy, he gets a lot on it. Not real emotional.
I told us that yesterday.
Yeah.
Even keel here. He's looking good. 15-pin lead, the 5-bagger. Goes for half a dozen. This shot in the 8th for a 25-pin lead. Left lane. Good ball action. For a 10-pin. There we go. Lead balloons to 25 for the kid.
Watch his hand. See how that hand is nice and open at the follow through at the finish? No grabbing in that shot. And then when the 6 does its job like that, you know the ball's going through the pins the right way.
Was committed to urethane yesterday in our chat with him based on warm-ups. Staying with it and looking great. The TV pair here with the 6-pack. Svensson is in a hole. Needs strikes, needs them now. There's one.
Yeah, he needs a lot of strikes as we take a look at the box score right there. He's only missed the pocket once. And that was in the 6th frame when he left the split. Everything else has been right in the hole, the 1-2. But he needs to give young Keplinger something to think about. And that is to strike here in the 9th frame and set everything up for the 10th.
Foundation frame, cut it to 15.
Are you kidding me?
9-pin, good shot. He can't believe his bad luck.
Yeah, you can't explain this other than just bad luck. What a terrible time for that to happen. Demoralizing, you know, when you do your job and you get up and you throw it perfect and then that happens. You know, they call it the only true tap in bowling, the 9-pin for left-handers, 8-pin for right-handers. And the ball looks like it's perfect going through the pins, and inexplicably that 8 or 9 stands, and terrible time for that to happen for Jesper Svensson.
Well, Alec told us yesterday, repeatability has been a huge factor in his success. Run of the show, repeating shots, staying in a groove. Trying that for the 7th in a row, which he's got. 7-bagger. Alec Keplinger looks good. Up 35 pins.
Another great shot by Alec. Needs just 6 pins. He will move on.
Said it was yesterday, get that first win. Just beat Jesper. Mindset is match the time, then things could snowball for me. 6 pins will do exactly that in match number 1. Looking for 6, his second career TV win. He's got that, got 10, he moves on.
And he's gotten comfortable. And you can tell just in his execution. After opening the first frame and then 9 spare in the second.
17.
Yeah.
Bagger into the 10th here for Alec. Ball change here.
We're going to go down to the floor and talk with PBA champion Dino Castillo, Keplinger's tour rep. Oh, hey Dino, you guys talked about going to that reactive ball just there?
Yeah. Well, we just wanted to look at a different option should urethane start to go away.
What'd you learn from that?
We didn't learn anything.
Yeah, okay.
We learned that's not the one.
All right, so how long does he stay in the urethane, do you think?
I think we're going to probably go another game, but you know, when Ethan comes in, he'll throw his shots and we'll probably make our decisions then.
All right, Dino, thanks.
Thank you.
Same ball for the spare. Finish out 257.
Go get the one.
Appreciate it.
Looked like a very relaxed 257 after the start, didn't it? Open frame to start and then just kind of cruise control.
Yeah, 9 spare at the cruise to victory. Jesper, that tough break late in the
Yeah, you look at the game that Jesper bowled. There's Alec talking about what they're going to do here in game 2, but you look at the game that Jesper bowled. It's a great game. I mean, he made the one errant shot out of the commercial break. Not that that's an excuse, but he leaves the 3-6-7, converts, and that was the only ball that he didn't hit the pocket. Left the 9-pin, an 8-pin, almost a pocket 7-10. All in all, a real strong performance by the Iceman.
Comes up short today. Good for his 13th career PBA Tour title. Great 2024. Good start this year for Jesper as well. But Alec is through to the next match. The legend Mike Aulby is going to join us in a moment here on FS1. Next, Tackett thinking about a 3rd win this year. 2 seed. Top seed, of course, is Andrew Anderson. And we're joined by Mike Aulby in the booth. Great to have you with us, Mike.
Oh, thanks for having me. Good to be here.
And Mike, can you remember back when you made your first telecast? Because I can. And I remember that same question. Hey, how are the nerves? And it was like, yeah, no, no.
Something to be said about young and naive,
yeah.
And not knowing what position you're in.
All right, guys, first ball, game 2. Keplinger, nice. Rushes the pocket. So here we go, Mike. Let's find out how this youngster fares. I saw you chatting with him a moment ago. What did you tell him?
I just don't have fun.
Yeah.
Go out there and enjoy the moment.
That's good advice. Absolutely. It's going to be tough against Keplinger. He is on a heater right now. Okay. Got 7. Straight up for him.
I thought he was going to go the other way.
Ethan actually had a pretty good week last year at the Rotholman doubles where he teamed up with my buddy Pete Virgo. Best wishes to Pete back home in Florida. He's going through some medical issues, but I know everyone's thinking about you. I know Ian's thinking about you, Pete. But they had a nice showing, finished 8th.
Oh, tough break there, Mike, with a 4-pin up.
Hey, Mike, how are the nerves now?
You're second guessing a little bit there. It's going to make you think, but if he reacts like Alec Keplinger did, he's going to be in fine shape.
Right.
Because Alec came back from that open early, and boy, did he line up and go.
Yeah.
Steamrolled him after that, Mike.
Yeah. Open 9 spare and then an 8-baggers. We take a look at his arsenal, going with 2 different balls to start with. Used a Max Thrill Pearl on the right lane. This is an Evoke Hysteria. And some of these names I have trouble with.
Left line here for Ethan. That's better.
So Mike, your take now with the game where it's at versus back when you and I were going at it and trying to make shows and trying to win. I mean, it's a completely different game now. Your thoughts on the two-handed style?
It's quite impressive. I'm amazed at when they leave something. It's just the way they throw the pins around and the accuracy that has developed. I mean, it's phenomenal.
All right, guys, let's see if Alec can stay hot here. 257 game match 1. For 2 straight to start this match. Still the urethane, still the strikes, Mike. He's rolling.
It doesn't look any different. And obviously threw a couple practice balls that maybe do some searching, but I think he's found the spot.
Yeah, he's going to dance with the one he brought for a bit anyway. And until that ball starts to check earlier, he starts leaving flat 10s. He's going to stay in the urethane. I was watching some of the youngsters bowl last night, and on the boys' side, it seemed like 90% of them were two-handed.
Yeah, I think it was 10 out of 12. I think something like that.
Well, what a career at Wichita State. En route to the pros for Alec. Looking for another one. Has another one. On fire.
Here's a beauty in between first and second arrow again, just right up the gut. My urethane ball never hooked that much, ever.
So Ethan is 20. Mike, how old were you when you won your first title?
19.
19.
That's why I said being young
In
and
the state of
naive.
Nevada.
I don't remember much of that. You know, you just went out there and threw shots.
Fiore, right lane. Okay.
He's going to really have to watch his ball speed because of what the urethane ball is doing in terms of transition with the oil pattern. Urethane balls speed up the front part of the lane, but they drag oil towards the pins. So his ball speed, I believe, is critical playing this angle.
Yeah, a little more speed there. He's looking at 2.810.
Correct.
So we're on TV, Junior Gold, Teen Masters. This is it. First time, Mike, under the bright lights. This young man.
Junior Gold's a pretty good stepping stone.
Nice
TV.
Oh, no. He's getting comfortable now. That's better. Staying within striking range of Alec Keplinger.
And it looks like he's using 3 steps on both lanes. I think he's so far left on the right lane, he has to get in front of the ball return. And so the next time he's back up, we'll have to take a closer look at that.
First 3 for Alec, 3 bagger, turkey for Fiore. Looking for another one. 10 pin! No, come on! Oh. Close as it comes, Mike.
That was the first one. I think we jumped ship just quite yet. This was like 9.5. But you know, Mike, you mentioned it. You know, Junior Gold and all of these tournaments that these young people have today versus back in our day. I mean, we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have tournaments like that.
Right.
We learned by watching the pros on television.
Watching every one. I told Bob Handley last night, he said, how's the kids look out there? I said, there's not one that hasn't put time in and is ready to throw the ball.
Registration for the 2025 PBA LBC National Championships now open to bowlers of all skill levels. The PBA LBC National Championships returning to the Chicago area includes a division for everyone. You can compete in singles as well as optional doubles and team events. Even combine your scores with the pros. Enter today at pba.com.
And then throw on top of that all of the collegiate bowling that we now have. Like you said, Mike, they come in and they're actually tour ready.
They really are.
I think the learning curve has just got narrow, a lot more narrow.
This guy Alec, a lot of TV experience in college, and it's carrying over here today. Bowling well, striking a bit, 10-pin lead, but tie up the strike. 5th rim, which will be a 4-back.
Mike, your opinion on the urethane bowling balls of today? Should they be allowed? What is your opinion on the urethane balls?
I have no opinion on that.
Okay, no, back to you, Dave.
No, they're out for production. I think you should use them if they're out there, and that's kind of, that's where you kind of draw the line, I guess.
For the 4-bagger, for a tie again. Looking for help on that 10-pin, little nudge. There it stands.
All right, so let's check out 3 steps for Ethan, and he's using the same approach on the left lane, and it's because he's so close to the ball return.
Cross lane, single pin spare conversion, got that. Told us yesterday went to 2 hands at age 13. Started as a youngster one-handed from the Tampa area. A lot of baseball and football early in his athletic career, but then he got hurt in both. He's like, I can't
Yeah,
keep doing
makes some sense. Yeah, makes some sense to move.
Did you do other sports as well, Mike, growing up?
No, just Little League Baseball and stuff like that. Bowling was from about 12 on.
Right. His dad got him into it. He told us yesterday. Here he is. 20 years old on TV. Looking for help there. Does take a nice left turn and finds it up in the pocket.
And that's the thing about the form, the style, the two-handed play. It's to carry hits like that.
More coming up from Reno. Keplinger, Fiore. Great match number 2 here on FS1.
Wow.
What do you remember as that, Mike?
I remember calling my wife afterwards and asked what my young son thought about it. She said, well, he's out back. He hasn't seen it yet. He's been playing. So.
No, you're kidding.
Yeah, thank goodness we have videos like you just showed. Thank you.
You were just peeling on it.
Yeah,
Man,
got in and floated it. Yeah.
Man.
Set the record, highest combined total of strikes, TV match 23-24, Ozio, Aulby. Wow, that was incredible. Back to Keplinger. He's been incredible today. Oh, ringing 10-pin. Good shot.
Remember the last 2 shots now on the right lane. He left at half 10 in the 4th. Now it's a ringing 10 in the 6th. Something to keep an eye on. Back then when we were using balls like this, Mike, we looked for hold. And then reactive resin came out, and boy, did that change. That started to change everything.
And that magic person come out and kick the ball in the back end.
Oh, man. I remember I couldn't get the 5 out until reactive resin.
10-pin. 9 spare. In the 6th for Keplinger.
I think the first ball that I remember with the reactive cover stock was called an Excalibur.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think Brunswick jumped on board. You were wearing that nice pink Brunswick shirt. I had one of those back in the day, and all of a sudden, man,
we were teammates for.
We were on the same.
While,
yeah. Mike and I were on the same staff with Brunswick back in the day, and then reactive came out, and all of a sudden there was a thing called the Messenger that came to life, and that was a pretty incredible thing back then, and now it's just an every other shot occurrence.
7th frame, Keplinger. Oh, ringing 10-pin again. Ouch. Seriously?
All right, so last 4 frames, 1 strike, 3 10-pins. Mike, what do you do?
Me, I would just soften up a little bit, move 1 or 2 to the left from him and soften up a bit. But that's a hard thing to do consistently.
By Hall of Fame legend Mike Aulby and Hall of Fame legend Randy Peterson among bowling royalty again. What's that name for Mike? Here in Reno, Nevada. 10-pin, got it.
And you see all those great stats. Spare percentages, conversion rates, all those great numbers brought to us by our good friends at Lane Talk. For more information, head on over to lanetalk.com and download the free app.
Great stats, great numbers, Randy. Here's Fiore to the 7th.
And here's to tie it up in the 7th.
Tie it. Looks for 2 straight. Really hurry it in.
And again, Mike, I think the biggie is keeping it soft. He's got to keep it soft so that ball comes around the corner, playing that deep and that big an angle.
Yeah, I was concerned that was going to be a washout of some kind, but it made it back. But your right speed was the right common denominator, yeah.
Last year, World Series of Bowling, Allen Park. But never until today on the bright lights of TV.
For the lead.
In the 8th. Got it! Great mechanics, great delivery, great execution. And Ethan Fiore has a lead by 10.
Two completely different angles being played by these 2 players, yet the break point's the same.
Yeah, that I was 100% the best.
Trying to remain calm.
And our max scores right there, 248, 258.
8 for Keplinger. Right at it. Crunches the pocket. Live from the Tokyo Dome, the greatest show in baseball. He's trying to return home. Ohtani, reigning champion Dodgers. Regular season up against the Cubs. Tokyo Series. Tuesday, 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 here on the West Coast. Live on Fox. Guys, we're going to set the alarms. You're a Dodger fan.
I'm a huge Dodger fan. Was it yesterday where Ohtani jacked one out of the stadium there in Tokyo?
He is unbelievable. What a talent. I mean, Mike, that's early. It's a commitment.
Although I got up to watch the Blood Moon.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. Nice. All-time foundation frame strike for Keplinger.
Well, according to Strike Track, it looks like he took your advice, Mike, and just got a little bit softer with his speed. He was in the 19s, and now the last couple of shots, 18.8, 18.7 for the last 2 strikes he's thrown. But right now, Fiore in the driver's seat.
Four-bagger, night frame. McCann for 10 pin.
Just tomahawks the 10 out 6 to the sidewall and just bashes the 10 in the face. See that ball speed right there, 17.9 right here at the top of your screen. Ball speed for Ethan on that right lane in the 17s. Again, I think that's the key. Watch that ball speed.
2 strikes and 1 for the win. First one, yes, again. Knock down that 10 pin.
And you know, Mike, for a right-hander, anytime we saw the 6 pin go to the sidewall and cave the 10 out like that, that was always a great sign. For you as the 4 into the 7, but that was real telling for me back in the day.
Yeah, how clean the release was, and, and you got the right movement at the right time. Getting 6 into the 10 that was the look. Back to back like that. Great shots. Oh, reaction too.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Motion from the youngster was so common on our discussion yesterday and with Kimberly and his first ever TV match. Do it. Just the one after that necessary.
Striking 1.
Got 5 in a row going. 8 for the match. That Rich Moncathy watching back home in Tampa. Watch this one. Ringing 10 pin and no help with the messenger. So Keplinger not done yet.
So if Fiore covers this, Keplinger needs all 3. If he goes double 9, we have a tie.
That's all right. Make him work.
Make him work indeed. Wow. Again, another match after an open frame to start. Ethan Fiore just taking it to the house, 247. And now he's put all the pressure back squarely on Alec Keplinger.
Could shut him out, but creates the max effort here for Alec. Two for 4 in the right lane. Gotta have it. 10 pins up.
2 shows in a row. When am I going to get out of it in time?
And you heard him just say, when am I going to get out of it in time? And unfortunately, he never did.
Truck's over there if you need to stay with.
Ethan Fiore, first ever TV show, advances up the step ladder.
Keplinger never missed a pocket, and when he didn't strike, he left only one pin, and that's the one he's shooting at right now.
Good performance there.
I mean, in terms of execution, it's about as good as it gets, right?
Yeah.
And again, it's just, you know, for me, it's that urethane ball, and man, when it looks good, it's so good, and then it's like you're playing this waiting game of
you lose those in between.
When do I get out of it? When do I get out of it? Is it time? And in a one-game match,
you don't have time.
Nope. It's time now. Unfortunately,
nice ball, man.
Too late. It's too late.
EJ is first. EJ is ready.
Mike, how impressive is this EJ Tackett?
Well, EJ, I've watched him in Indiana since he was high school, winning everything in high school, and then to come out and just dominate. And but he's got that look. Nothing scares him. Nothing makes him afraid. U.S. Open, horrible first round, but boom, runs by everybody. Just unbelievable. Good guy too. That's the best part. Off the lanes, he's a real deal.
Let's see how the youngster responds. Knocked off Keplinger. Now EJ Tackett. First shot of the second match. Good help.
That was like almost the Dick Weber messenger.
Off the wall.
Right?
Yeah,
Off the
5
wall,
pin's still
spot.
there, but yeah, it takes it out.
Look at that. Dave, that was almost your Paralyzer 5 there. You like to call that one.
Sure.
Now here comes the animal.
25 times, 6 majors, including this year's U.S. Open. He has been on a heater. EJ Tackett's game begins. Wow! With power, with precision, with a strike.
So not only does he have all that power, that athleticism, but he's got one of the greatest swings in the game. Notice how it cuts out and away from his body. And now it has one place to go, and that's up underneath the shoulder. It takes the hand with it, and it puts that hand in the most powerful position you can be in. So remember, folks, if the swing gets behind you early, you're dead. Get that swing out and away from you, let it tuck underneath the shoulder, the hand will follow it.
Left lane for EJ. Oh, right at 10 pin. Good shot there, Mike.
Wow. I would have given that one. That was a good one. I thought he caught about everything you can catch on that one.
Yeah, I might have to change the inserts after that shot because he caught all of it. But that might be the only thing that stops him today is that corner pin.
Pretty good. 10 pin. 18 of 20 so far in this event. Got no problem. Practice before the Springfield, Missouri event. Just on 10 pins. Paid off. Got that championship. Trying to win the Aulby Classic here in Reno. Virgo. Speaking of which,
it's actually Virgos.
Speaking of which, Mike, EJ said to us he's won that doubles title. He's won the P. Weber. He wants to win your tournament too.
Well,
it's a big deal.
He would be the call that you'd want to guess at the start of the week for sure.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Fiore. Nice.
All right, let's take another look at his approach, guys, and what he's doing. So this is a 3-step approach. We don't typically see that ever. I remember Mike Durbin won once, I believe it was a Tournament of Champions, using 3, 4, and 5 steps.
I remember well. I had a seat right behind him watching that.
I mean, but how often do we see 3 steps now? You don't
not.
See it. I mean, 6, 5 is the norm.
You needed the steps to generate the power.
Absolutely.
10 wants to go up 20 here. Third play. Does it?
And Mike, how much do you think of him altering his approach has helped him soften that ball speed? Because that time it was 17.3.
Yeah, he's definitely dialed in. You just wonder how long he's worked on this, but he has perfected his game and knows his game inside and out, which is phenomenal for a young man like that.
Arsenal, Randy Friedrich.
Both players using the same ball.
Right lane, Tackett. That's better.
The name of that ball that both players are using, Evoke Hysteria. Sounds like a bad dream that I have pretty much every other night. Pretty cool name, honestly. Oh, maybe a Def Leppard album? There you go.
We're in the right era.
3-time player of the year.
Mike and I used to jam to Def Leppard back in the day.
I'm sure you did. I don't doubt that one bit. Tackett left lane. Tap in! Messenger says, down you go. Number 10, down you go.
I was so focused on the 10, I didn't see the scout.
Guys, it's the Clean Wipe presented by Dude Wipes. Across the deck, Scout, Mike, punch. It was teetering.
Not for long.
Scout made sure.
He needed that one, I would say, at this point.
Double for Tackett. The kid tries to go up 20 again. The turn away didn't like it, but it was a strike. Good shot.
But just looking at the numbers, it doesn't really look all that bad. He was just a 4 left at the break point. Position at the arrows was pretty close. Maybe he didn't like it perfectly out of his hand. His follow-through looked a little different there.
It's one of those you shake your head up and down, and left to right. You know?
Don't give it away.
Told us yesterday, big hero. Jason Belmonte, of course, the two-hander, but also relates a lot to Anthony Simonson. Rev rate, style. Likes to emulate that. Two big superstars, of course. Not the shot he wanted there with a flat 10.
And that looked like a much better shot. You saw the way he posted it, what his follow-through looked like, and sure enough, it's a 10. Watch this finish. So, you know, that's the finish we've kind of been seeing, right? Yeah, what a game.
Guys, 10 pin. Door opens though for EJ.
So Mike, these two-handers create all their power for the obvious reasons. EJ Tackett does it with his thumb in it. And pound for pound, I think it's the strongest strike ball on tour.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt. Yeah, no, EJ has got the full power and package, and it's fun to watch. And like I said, it's hard to believe when he leaves anything.
Yeah, pound for pound, strongest ball on tour for a player that uses his thumb.
Oh yes, perfection. The new PBA Elite League. And the brands pits bowling ball manufacturer against each other in a season-long competition. Each brand has a whole roster of star players, but they choose only 5 to represent them prior to each singles event. Cumulative PBA points earned from each team's 5 designated players will be the total overall score. Each brand, event to event, determining the overall standings. It's like fantasy bowling all season long. Baker Competition Championship next month. In April, EJ's team is on top.
Well, I was just going to say, a nice 7,000 point lead for Motive because of this guy.
Looking for help in the 7-pin, doesn't get it. He's hoping for the lead in the 6th.
So many of those in this building.
Yeah, this was a little bit longer down the lane. It pushed just a hair longer. Came in behind the headpin just enough to create that bad carry.
The ball had been finishing almost past the 8, so
right.
it almost takes the 10 out itself, or the 7 out itself. But
perfect 7-pin shot so far. No problem there in the corner pin. Halfway home, big match. Fiore, the youngster, trying for his first ever PBA Tour title. The legend, EJ Tackett, opening for a 3rd straight Player of the Year. Concludes next.
Now Phil Parsons got 9. I had to get a strike. Come on.
Yeah, he was a bright spot actually. Yeah. That was so fun.
All right, guys, back to business here. So that name for Mike. Mike in the booth with us here. Dave, Randy, Kimberly, our entire crew in Reno. Look at this score. Ethan Fiore TV debut to his 6 frameworks on a spare, up 10. Can the kid do it? Down to his 7th. And a chance here with Dumbo to double the lead. Mike, you surprised by this?
Yes, I mean, I think it's a surprise to see him do it. I mean, his credentials, and he's a good kid, and he has a lot of moxie there to do it. And that's Randy's work. Sorry, Randy. But
no.
Paper moxie.
Yeah.
Left lane. Oh, looking for help. Doesn't get it that 10 pin.
But every shot just seems to impress. I mean, you know, he just keeps it in there. He's not making mistakes. Unbelievable shots.
You know, we spoke earlier about all of the tools that the youngsters now have at their disposal. We talked about YouTube and videos and junior gold and all these tournaments. He never went through any of that.
He's got good coaches down here. He's worked at it, for sure.
Big 10 pin got that.
He turned pro when he was 17, right out of high school.
Right out of high school.
Yeah, just looking at him and his mannerisms and the way he throws it, wow. Just
still contention championship round for all 5 events, including the finale of the World Championship. He's won that 2 years in a row. That is a week from today on Fox. Big strike, Tackett, 7th frame. See, the max scores are even, so you could really climb the ladder if you got all those wins. Oh, but there you are, number 9, 29 titles. I think EJ, that's a lot of championships for EJ.
Look,
even for the great EJ Tackett.
Look at the names on that list.
It's possible this week that he could actually
we'll make it to the top of the rest of the people that you don't see on that list.
Walter Ray Williams Jr., number 1, 47 titles. Way to go. Tackett didn't like it, that's why. Way high.
Big miss.
Oh, EJ.
6, 9, 10.
And a lot of times when we see EJ throw a bad shot on television, it's because of the same thing. He gets a little steep, gets a little fast, and he grabs it at the bottom. And this 3, 6, 9, 10, you have to pay respect to.
Got this, does.
Take that and
I think the players are throwing it straight at that now.
Yeah.
Or even a little backup ball at the 3, 6, 9, 10.
It's a totally different animal to this day and age, the attack points on some of these spares and even the strikes at times.
The good news for EJ, he was working on a strike, so he didn't lose count. The bad news is he could get shut out.
Maple Lanes in Lakeland, Florida. Young Ethan Fiore. Knock off the superstar. Nice. Big strike in the 8th, calls for a re-rack.
He's creeping in a little bit. You can see that just by the numbers. That pivot step right before the slide. We always see that foot kicked out. That helps to keep the hips open.
Told us yesterday, rolled one-handed quite a while, and then just didn't like the fit. One day tried the two-handed style and never went back.
I mean, I wouldn't even ask Mike. The question is, he had such an amazing career. But if somebody asked me, if he came back, would you use 1 or 2 hands? I'd use 2.
That's good. I think that's what you got to do.
I mean, Mike, 10 years from now, do you see anybody using their thumb?
Well, I think, it depends on your physical abilities to be able to do the 2-handed. But that's if you want to be out there and compete unless you're EJ Tackett can do what EJ can do.
Right. You know, I do think the one thing that's easier for a player that uses their thumb, and tell me if I'm wrong, I'm sure my phone will blow up after I say it right after this shot.
Foundation for him, guys. Big shot for Tackett. Needs it, gets it.
I think the easiest thing for a thumb player is to reduce rep rate. I think that's a little harder for two-handers to do.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, to me, and if you use your thumb, I mean, obviously on the tour, we had summer tours, fall tours, spring tours. You know, trying to keep that same fit was always difficult as well.
Yeah, and heck, that could be block to block, day to day,
shot to shot, even
shot to shot.
Yeah.
All right, you see the scores there. The max score 259 for Fiore, Tackett 239. He has to strike out to have any chance.
Tackett left lane. Yes.
Dude, if he does strike out, he will force Fiore to throw the first strike into the 10th.
You told us yesterday I thought he'd get to 5 titles, 10 to 15, definitely not 20. Now he's at 25,
he's
Mike,
blown right by
6
those.
majors. Bidding for a 26 today, but he is in a lot of trouble now. It's going to be tough against the kid. Second of the 10th. Got it.
If he gets this one, I think Ethan Fiore is going to feel a little bit different type of pressure than he's felt all afternoon.
Or maybe not. Just fine. Oh, jeez. EJ had 12 titles, guys, 5 years ago. Now he's up to 25. Big gap with no championship for EJ. As he told us this year, I was bowling fine, just couldn't close on the show. And for 2+ years, he's been closing.
He's found that, yeah.
Sure has. Chapter here wants to put pressure on the kid. Oh, good shot. Break on the 10-pin. Tackle the 238 game. Wanted that to put some pressure on Fiore.
And for me, guys, that's a big deal because now he can go 9 spare strike. Let me take that back. 9 spare strike for the tie. Whereas if he'd have gone 9 first ball, it would have been a loser. So now it's striking 5.
To knock off EJ.
Yeah, still needs first ball strike.
Can the youngster deliver against EJ Tackett? Yes! Oh no, it's a 7-pin. It's a 7-pin.
Well, it's still a big deal that EJ didn't strike that last shot because now that's a loser.
It's not very good either. Not throwing good shots today.
Gotta convert here. She does. Now needs the strike to tie it. What a finish.
Just make a better pass.
In our third match.
Sit the pocket every shot. 2 10-pins and a 7-pin. Strike here to send it to extras.
Tackett. Fiore! Yeah, you better believe it! Delivers what matters most.
EJ Tackett, the higher seed, gets choice of starting lane and position.
Roll-off rules. Saw EJ pick the lane.
Ready? Ready?
Fiore came through, Mike. That was something.
He did. I mean,
what a shot.
let the ball do all the work, and it did.
Tackett's delivery in the roll-off. Yes, trip 10 pin.
Wow, it was like the 6-pin created a vortex that sucked the 10 right off the back of the pin deck. What a beauty there by EJ Tackett. Watch this. Look at that. It almost didn't look like the 6-pin hit it.
One more's got to match it.
One more time for the youngster to keep it going.
Front four. 8 strikes in the match. Needs it for another roll-off. Has it for another roll-off.
Yeah.
Wow, 7 goes down late. We'll do it again.
It's like a tennis match. Back and forth. Great shots by both players.
Yeah, some nice pin action here. No 7-pin this time.
Tackett, second ball, roll off. You better believe it. Locked in, right lane. Tattoos the pocket. Those pins had no chance whatsoever.
The ball almost finishes to the 7-pin.
Yeah. And it's surprising that he doesn't leave more 9 pins.
9 pins, yeah.
Hard as that ball goes through the pins.
Yeah, great shot.
Imagine what the youngster's going through here. First ever TV show. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, Mike.
He's playing for extra time,
wins,
yeah.
and then he's up against EJ Tackett. They're going to the roll-off. I mean,
Yeah, this will one to be for the ages.
It's a Hollywood
Yeah.
script here. Needs the strike again. Let's keep going, guys. Wow. This is awesome.
You just got to look at the either corner, the 7 or the 10, which
Yeah.
if they are going to leave one. If
Nerves of steel.
that was one of his best shots.
Yep.
Was.
Just inside 4th arrow. Feathers it out there to 6 board. 5-6. Right around the corner. Dead flush perfect. Now EJ. He knows the kid's not going to go away.
Tackett has been a Terminator. Continues the run. And again, the pressure on the youngster.
No smack talk either. Just goes to work, does his job. You know, this young kid, I mean, you know how many players back in the day, back in our day, would be coming back off the approach just talking smack? Take that, Rook! You know, give him just a little something to think about.
Can he do it for a 3rd time? Down goes number 10 late, Timber.
Wow. Last 2 shots just splitting boards. Look at that, 5.1 at the break point. Pressure. What pressure?
What do you think, Mike? This is fun, huh?
Yeah.
This broadcasting thing.
It's like Groundhog Day. You just keep watching things over and over.
Can this great champion do it again? For a 4th time. He's a machine.
We already knew that.
Incredible. 4 strikes in a roll-off. top seed, Andrew Anderson. For his first title since 2018. Former player of the year. Been a long wait. That's on the singles side. Has won a doubles. Can he do it again? Just keep on going, guys. We'll be here for a while.
Well, they're through 4 now. We think the record is 6.
Andrew Anderson's thinking, wow, either one of these guys would have the front 4 against me right now.
Yeah.
So keep going and wear yourselves out, right?
Wow. AJ told us yesterday for several years he was trying to reach Belmo's level. Now everyone wants to reach his level. For a 5th time. Yes! Wow!
Execution at its highest right now for both players.
Powers through the pocket again. He can't do it again, can he? Sure he can. Wow. It's amazing. 5 roll-off frames complete.
Whoever outlasts this, will they have enough left?
Great question.
Emotionally for the title match.
Great question, RP. This is a long roll-off. Looking for a 6th. Has another one. I mean, the precision, the perfection of that 1-3 pocket. It's remarkable.
EJ keeps getting there and just the speed. He gets up quick and goes, and Ethan seems to take his time. And it's like opposite directions, but we're in the same result.
Way more deliberate.
Who could ever imagine your first ever TV show going to a 6th roll-off? Trying to match Tackett again. Got a break. He does it somehow. He thought it was over. We thought it was over.
Good take that. Good take that. Is he done yet? I mean, I've been done for about 3 shots.
Here's where you want to get him back in this game quick. Don't get too distracted there. Get yourself back in your chair and start concentrating again.
Oh, that's so good, guys.
Worst shot he's made today.
Yeah.
It is believed this is the longest ever roll-off in PBA Tour history. 7th for Tackett. Does it again.
There's a lot of messages being sent here. I'll tell you, it's unbelievable.
13 in a row now for these 2 players. The best roll-off I've ever seen. The best roll-off.
You've been in this chair the longest ever.
The best
PBA Tour history.
Best roll-off in history.
That's incredible.
That's about the only place AJ's hit is dead flush, pretty much.
Even more incredible. A 7th? Oh, it's the 7th pin and it's over. Finally.
That was very impressive for your first time, man. Unbelievable. I was going to ask you. I was like, are you done? I'm tired.
Great job.
What a showing for a 20-year-old. Here we go. Anderson, Tackett. After 30 games. Elimination round 2. Competition at Coconut Bowl at Wild Island in nearby Sparks, Nevada. Anderson on top. Good start. Now, Randy, here's EJ off 7 roll-off. Unbelievable, longest PBA Tour history. Interesting to see how after the break, EJ responds. Championship match on the way for him. Just a continuation.
Yeah, well, it's not a fatigue issue going through that. It's more of a mental, possibly a mental lapse because of all the pressure with each and every one of those shots. But he's certainly physically not tired. He's got plenty of gas left in the tank. He could bowl 20 more games today if he had to. It's just emotionally what a roll-off like that could possibly do to a player, and we're just going to have to wait and see.
Left lane for Tackett. No help on the Tackett at all. Flat 10.
EJ Tackett looks like he's playing both lanes identical. We don't see that a lot. Typically, there's one lane that hooks a little bit more or less than the other. Players did a nice job of breaking it down. Our opening match, a little bit of urethane that went down the lane, and the players chased it in with reactive resin. There's hold down lane, a little bit of friction to the right for both players. Andrew Anderson, I think, is really going to like the way he has to attack this pattern as we take a look at his arsenal, starting with Ion Pro. I think he's going to like this because he likes to get a little bit softer, but really go around and open up his angles. I think he's going to be a handful for EJ in this title match.
Coming up next, MLS, Kansas City against Minnesota United FC. Which as soon as possibly wrap up things here in Reno. Things got stretched out with the 7 roll-off marathon record-setting third match at the National Bowling Stadium. Dave, Andy, Kimberly. Visit Mike Aulby here today. Anderson.
Oh!
Enough.
Yeah, it's nice when you get away with one that's a little marginal. Not that that was a terrible shot, but you saw the late ball reaction down lane, and you got a nice break.
Oh!
Nice light mixer there for 3 in a row to start.
Third frame here for EJ. Special thanks to Damon, Dominic, and Todd, all of Coconut Bowl, the Nevada Classic. Thanks so much. Incredible host of that event leading up to the championship show here at the stadium in Reno, Sparks, Nevada.
Yeah, the place is spectacular. Todd Thompson, that gentleman with the gray hair and beard that was seated to the right, former PBA player, bowled on tour, bowled against him for quite a number of years. Great guy. Good friend, and if you haven't checked out Coconut, you should.
Tackett's for the RP, nice. Cuts it to 10. Championship match.
What was it you said when Mike was in the booth with us? Like 5 years ago, he only had 12 titles?
It's unbelievable. The run he's been on has just been extraordinary. 2018. Player of the Year, won a U.S. Open in Syracuse that year. He has not won a singles title since.
Hard to believe.
He told us pre-show today he's on a mission. A mission for a singles title.
Oh, my goodness.
He's off to a great start. Let's take a look at our Bowl TV highlights. Friday, February 28th, Andrew Anderson shot 300 to begin the second 6-game elimination round of this event. EJ Tackett won at 161. That gave Andrew the lead. Led the field through 30 games we talked about and 2 elimination rounds at qualifying for the Mike Aulby Nevada Classic. Presented by Pilgrims in Sparks, Nevada. Here we are for the championship show at the stadium. Continuing perfection in the title tilt. To his 5th. Another one. Up 30.
Well, both players know that the old pattern's broken down to a point where if they get it out of their hands reasonably well enough, there's left and right mistake area to get the ball to the pocket. And that's a real good feeling to have as a player, knowing that I can miss a little bit left and a little bit right at target and still get to the pocket. That's a good thing to have.
What a career representing our country. And the PBA Tour got a hurry. Whoa, missed the target. Watch out. 2-8-10 washout for EJ.
All right, well, there's room, but not that much room. Why is it that every time I say something like this happens? I just got done saying how there's mistake room left and right, and there is. I just got a text from Mike Senek back in Washington, D.C. that said lanes look like there's a lot of hold out there. I go, yeah, there is. And then that happens.
Let's cover here. Pin, and the 10-pin stands for an open frame. For EJ, that hurts with Andrew's incredible start.
And even though it's this early in the title match, we're only halfway through, that might be it. I mean, this is a 7-year drought for Andrew Anderson, and that one shot could mean the difference between him still having to wait or capturing that singles title here this afternoon.
Tackett left lane, that's a lot better. But the damage done with a washout. 5th frame, and he knows it.
So you can see that's a good 4 boards left at the break point. EJ not using near as much angle as Andrew Anderson is, and so he's a little bit closer to that OB. But again, a 4-board miss by a professional is just a bad shot. And EJ, you heard him say it. Now Anderson on the front 5, 46-pin lead can increase it to 66 in 2 frames.
Looking for the first 6. Yes, trip 10-pin. Lead expands. Andrew Anderson is blowing the doors off EJ Tackett here in the championship match.
Right now, his swing is as loose as it's ever going to get in a title match. 56-pin lead, perfect through 6.
Looking for his 5th title today. Looks for another one. Oh, ringing 10-pin.
Well, you want to know if there's a little bit of hold? Check that out. And that's the reason for the 10-pin.
Oh no. Get over there.
Oh, just enough.
Easy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Just enough.
that's the last thing you want to
Oh
have.
my.
Can't give EJ Tackett any breathing room. Look how loose he is. 7 frames, 55-pin lead. EJ now in desperation time. Look at the max score, 279, 244.
Oh my. EJ.
He got it there again. Whoa. He got it there again.
10.
Again,
2 washouts for EJ.
you got to go back to the roll-off. You know, what did it do to him?
7, the
emotionally?
longest ever.
What did it do to him mentally, emotionally?
Oh my gosh.
It's collapsing here for EJ. It's such an unfamiliar sight after the one dominance. He the head pin, be another open frame. And this one's all but over here for Andrew Anderson. We talked about avenging the loss in India at the US Open.
Twice on the same lane. What are you doing? Just give it away.
Still in the picture. All 5 WSOB events, which start tomorrow. European Championship, FS1, 8 Eastern, tomorrow night. Wife Natalie watching. She's seen a lot of wins in the last couple of years, but not today. Man on a mission.
Yes!
Another strike.
Have a re-rack.
Wants a re-rack. Inching closer to the win.
All he has to do is stay behind the foul line and keep it on the lane. And he is going to win the singles title for the first time since 2018.
He told us those doubles titles with Chris Prather were fantastic, but nothing matches a singles title.
Come on, ball.
It's on the lane. He's got himself a win. That's enough.
Let's go!
Andrew Anderson is a winner again. The 7-year wait is over for Andrew. It's the Pilgrims' moment of the match. Chicken can be boring, but Pilgrims is turning chicken nuggets upside down. I love it. You love it. Put it in a nugget. Double A champion again on the PBA Tour.
Thanks. Really be very proud of you. Thank you. Come on, Hannah.
Well, I talked about it at this year's U.S. Open, and I said, "Wow, watch out for Andrew Anderson. You're going to see a lot of him here in 2025." He's with a new bowling ball manufacturer. He signed with Storm Bowling Products, representing 900 Global, and you could just see a change in attitude, a change in confidence showed up at the U.S. Open. Although his performance in that title match wasn't up to snuff, today it was. Got a lot of help from E.J. Tackett. He's in the winner's circle once again after a very long wait.
He told us it's been on his mind every day since winning in Syracuse at the U.S. Open in 2018. To be victorious again in singles. And now the long wait is finally over for Andrew.
I get one more chance at it. Thank you, Reno. Thank you, guys. You're gonna have a whole week, all right? Thanks, bud. Good job, man.
It was okay against EJ in the U.S. Open final. Randy, you called. Then he got spooked by a near shot clock violation.
Oh, the anticipation.
1-5-8 leave. It was never the same in the match.
Let's go, Reno! I got one!
That's all different now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Great job.
It's an honor
Gets
to
the
be in your
trophy
name.
from the legend, Mike Aulby, for winning this event's name.
Thank you to all my sponsors, Turbo, Global, Storm, Delora Brothers, list goes on, 10-pin Toolkit Buddies.
PBA
I can't
Scorpion
believe
Championship
we're back.
here from
It's only a
Reno.
matter
Coming
of
up next,
time.
live coverage of Major League Soccer, Sporting Kansas City, Minnesota United FC. For Randy, Kimberly, and Mike Aulby, and the entire crew, Dave Ryan saying so long from Reno, Nevada. You've been watching the PBA on FS1. Andrew Anderson wins again on the PBA Tour.
Miss you guys all back home. I knew you guys were here in spirit. We're back. We got one.